Good morning, everyone. Well, we're going to talk today about the most important way that we bring this city back, the most important part of a recovery for all of us, and that is vaccinations. And here's the bottom line. Every single time we're running into the same challenge. We need supply. We need more vaccine so we can make a difference for the people of the city. Everything comes down to one simple issue: supply, supply, supply. Remember, in the beginning, for months and months, it was testing, testing, testing. Now it is supply, supply, supply. We need more vaccine. And it's been really frustrating because we are not getting the amount of vaccine we need, and it would make all the difference in the world. So let's at least acknowledge happily that a number of people have gotten vaccinated. Here's the latest for New York City. As of today, 1,365,956 doses of vaccine have been given. That is, for comparison, more than the total population of Dallas, Texas, the ninth largest city in the United States of America, and a place that's got a lot more snow than we do right now. So the fact is that the vaccine effort keeps growing all the time, but the supply is not growing the way we need it to. Now, right now, we have a particular challenge. We've got fewer than 30,000 first doses on hand right now. That means we're going to run out. Today, tomorrow, we're going to run out of what we have now. Once again, we're in this ridiculous situation. We have massive ability to give people vaccination. We could be doing hundreds of thousands of more each week. And we're running out of vaccine because we're not getting what we need. We need the federal government. We need the state government. We need the manufacturers to step up, produce more, make it easier for us to get it, give us our fair share, make the rules simpler. But right now, we're running out again. And on top of that, we've got the weather problem all over the nation. There's huge storms that are now causing delays in shipments. So I've been updated this morning on the fact that we unfortunately do expect vaccine to be delayed. Shipments of vaccine that we were expecting by yesterday, today, to be delayed. That means we're going to have to hold back appointments that New Yorkers need because the vaccine isn't arriving. Based on the information I've gotten now, as many as 30, 35,000 appointments or more might not be scheduled because we don't have vaccines. So appointments we would have been putting up available to people right now, we have to hold them back because the vaccine hasn't arrived. This is going to be so frustrating for so many New Yorkers who are just so anxious to get this vaccine. And again, if you spend any time with someone who's been vaccinated, particularly our seniors and our oldest seniors, the feeling of relief it gives them, the sense of peace of mind, the hope it gives them that this horrible chapter may soon be coming to an end for them, where they'll be safe. Every single dose matters. But once again, more delays because we're not getting the vaccine we need. Now, I'm glad that the new administration in Washington is aiming high. From the very beginning, Joe Biden said they're going to increase production, put strong goals out there. That's exactly the right thing to do. But we need to get 500,000 doses delivered to New York City every week so we can reach our goals. And we have a specific plan to fully vaccinate 5 million New Yorkers by June. That's what will really give us a recovery. But we're going to need a hell of a lot more support to make that happen. When you get 5 million people vaccinated, you can imagine what it means. This city will fully come to life. 5 million people vaccinated means we are really turning the corner on this disease, and we can bring back our economy and our life strong. Can't do it without supply. And once again, let me go over the things that would help us. First of all, we need our fair share of the vaccine. The federal allocation to New York City is indirect because it still has to require approvals from the state of New York. That's slowing things down in many ways. We need direct allocation in New York City, meaning direct supply and no strings attached. Let New York City, let our health department, let health and hospitals do what they need to do and know how to do, and vaccinate people much more quickly without the red tape, without the confusion. And there needs to be a recognition by both the federal government and the state government that we are typically vaccinating about 20% of the people who we vaccinate are from the suburbs and surrounding states. And we don't begrudge them that. A lot of them are people who serve us here in New York City. But our allocation should be bigger to account for that. As I talked about yesterday, state sends us 45% of the vaccine they get when we're actually vaccinating more like 53% of the folks getting vaccinated in the state. We've got to get our fair share. That could mean tens of thousands of more doses each week, and we need it direct and without so many strings attached. Second, the freedom to vaccinate. We've talked about this so many times. We need to be able to vaccinate wherever it will work. Much more of a grassroots focus. We've had these disagreements with the state where they say this center should be only for one type of worker and another center for another. No, we need lots of grassroots locations where we can reach everyday people, particularly in the communities hardest hit. Maximum number of smaller locations, not just big mega sites. They play a role. But we need the freedom to have the smaller locations and a reliable supply of vaccine and not have the constant changing of rules that has held us back. Give us the local control that we can use to speed the vaccination effort. Number three, once again, the pharmaceutical companies, where are they? I've been talking about this for weeks and weeks. I still haven't heard a great answer. The pharmaceutical companies in America, except for the 3 that are now involved in vaccines, where are the rest of them? Why are they not stepping forward, offering their assembly lines? We need to see the full use of the Defense Production Act and all the other tools that allow the federal government to dictate the terms in wartime conditions, compulsory licensing laws, all of the tools that allow the federal government to say, we're in an emergency here, we're not doing business as usual. Every company needs to be a part of it, and the federal government has the ability to direct what is in the public interest. We need more of that. We do not need business as usual in the pharmaceutical sector, which we all know has made its share of mistakes in the past. How about they actually step forward and do what's in the common good, put people over profits, volunteer to help in this wartime effort? We need more pressure to make that happen. And if we do that, this is the way we get to that 500,000 vaccinations a week that would transform this city in a matter of a few months. Okay, that's the overview on the number one issue, supply, supply, supply.